Hey everybody, Andy here again on Tolio, and we're back for another Vintage League, playing a spicy one today. Gonna play some Jewel Shops. This is a well-known commodity at this point in Vintage. I don't know if this list that I'm running here is currently up to date, but uh, the few spells that may have changed likely don't make too much of a difference. I mean, we've got a little bit of a package here that allows us to circumvent Null Rod, Collector Roof in the main, and the deck for the most part is just a Kobita Jewel PO combo deck that wins with Vault Key and Urza Saga tokens. So I'm not going to deliberate too much here because we got an opponent already, guys. But if you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in round one. Okay, we got a nice one here, guys. We do have a turn one Kobita Jewel if my opponent does not have interaction. We did win the die roll, so that is good. If they do have interaction, it's not ideal, but I think we're just going in because that's the world we're living in. And if they don't have it, it's wonderful for us. And if they do, we're got a little bit of a stinker of a hand. But Kobita Jewel is a card that must be answered. They don't have it. All right, that's good for me. I'm not going to fool around by casting the Soul Ring here, guys. If they have a misstep, it would be a pretty significant issue for me. But we'll do it this time. I guess I didn't really need to do that, but we're very likely to be bringing all these back to my hand here. We'll bring them all back. Maybe we shouldn't have brought the Master Kobita Jewel back to hand here because we just want to copy it for the cheap. But it looks like we're just in the clear here anyways. Let's try this. Yeah, concession. All right, very nice, clean turn one win. We might want some grids. Maybe try a grid here. I think the decks my opponent play are not likely to be impacted much by Null Rod because I believe they're more of a combo player themselves. So I think we're probably okay. Maybe bring in a couple. I don't know. Do we need a couple dismembers? Maybe. On the draw. Might be worth doing it. Maybe force a negation. Maybe I just don't want the grid. It's pretty good though, isn't it? It's always a little bit of a nombo when you're playing all these counter magics, but maybe I can just get rid of the dismembers here and just go all in on the combo facet. Let's try this. How do I feel about this hand? It's pretty awkward. I guess I'll try it. We need some help off the top. I don't really want to use my Lotus to cast these spells, but I guess I will. They're going to time walk here. They've got a good turn one by the looks of it. Tinker. Guess we get rid of the time walk because if this fails, I can metamorph what they get potentially. Okay. Okay, Soul Ring was a really nice draw. I'll just F6, eh? Just going to cast a 3-ball here. Try and slow them down a bit. Nothing to put the metamorph on. Okay, they are short of land by the looks of it. Karn. Well, that is going to resolve, and it's very nice. What do I want to get here next turn? Just get Mycosynth Lattice, very likely. Okay, nice clean win for Jewel Shops. And yeah, we're going to see you guys next round. Okay, guys, here we are in round 2 of our Vintage League. We're playing Jewel Shops and won the die roll. And what does this hand do? Not much, to be honest. I think we can do better than that. This hand's awful. No, we just have to try and do better. Okay, this one's definitely looking better. So I'm short of mana here doing it this way. I think these are what I dump. See if my opponent counters this. Oh, they had the missed up. Okay, that's my play. Anzi D is a legacy player, and they don't play Vintage too often, but I certainly have seen them play it, and they've done well. I do recall them having a good run with Oath of Druids at one point. So I could see them audibling towards that deck, as Oath is reasonably well positioned right now. Let's see if this gets in. I don't think we need to react here. I'm not going to be flipping my top almost assuredly. So there is an Oath. The good news is that Oath does not impact us in a tremendous way, the way our deck is built here. So let's see. I think that's what we want to do here. Let's see if I can resolve a Grim Monolith here. Do they have a force? Maybe a Brainstorm here. Yep. This resolves. It's pretty good for me. And if it doesn't resolve, it's not the end-all be-all. But obviously, we hope it resolves. And it does. That is a pretty big boost for me. Let's see if we can resolve our Karn. Do we have anything in our Karn board here that would be enticing for me to get? I have Tormod's Crypt. I actually do have a Grafdigger's Cage, but I can't use it right now. Mycosynth Lattice next turn. Yeah, we're going to do it. Let's get the lattice. All right, here we go. I'm presuming this is to get a Forbidden Orchard. But we have the ability to get a Grafdigger's Cage here. Hopefully there's not a Time Walk. Time Walk would suck. Wow. All right. Well, we got our work cut out for us. Very nice sequence there from my opponent. I was feeling like we were in a really strong position, but obviously this is going to impact things. Do I have... I don't think I have an Ensnaring Bridge in my deck. No. We have 10 cards. Likely not able to resolve anything from here. And my opponent is going to take my Coveted Jewel next turn. So this indicates a Breach combo with this deck. What can we do to get out of this? Not much, to be honest. Lattice itself doesn't do anything here. I guess we try and find a Metamorph, maybe, is just what I'm after. PO is also helpful. Take a peek and see what we can find here. None of these are overly helpful. We do have a Force of Will that we can get, which I think is probably fine to draw. Can get a Kappa Cannoneer into play here. Hate to do it, but let's go. Yeah, none of these are helpful. Right, they just attack my Karn here. I guess let's cast a Kappa Cannoneer, see if it resolves. Okay. Gonna get a cage here. It's the first thing I'm gonna do. See if that resolves. Force and Will. Okay. How much does that matter, though? Like, they're going to do another one here, right? Maybe it just does matter. My opponent's going to steal my coveted jewel here, though. That's the problem. Okay. Oath of Druids. So I think we will bring our cage in. I feel like they're playing a combo version of this deck, but I think this is what we're going to do. Well played by my opponent. I mean, they had the tools they needed there. I'm pretty sure we were going to win that game. Well, not pretty sure. We were going to win the game if they untapped, low likelihood. But they, like the Oath in itself was, and the Orchard was not going to give them the turn. They had the Time Walk to go with it. So they went Vampiric, Upkeep, into Orchard, into Time Walk with an Oath already in play. Like, sweet. Just the right sequence of cards. But I felt like we did pretty well there, considering we mulliganed to 5. Like, pretty solid. Yeah, I feel like my opponent is on the combo-y type of Oath deck. Like, we saw Lotus Petal, we saw Time Vault, or we saw a Key anyways, so... much better. Okay, we do not have a turn 1 here. But I feel like we cast Workshop into Monolith. And I think I put the Tomb away. I mean, I could. It doesn't do it, though. Right, next turn we can Orchard and Ancestral. Pretty powerful. I think we bait with the Orchard, or the Coveted Jewel, and then Ancestral to either fight over it for a counterspell or to just replenish our hand, I think is good. Now, my opponent is likely to have a counterspell here, given that they're doing this. They're playing defensively. We'd love to draw Force of Will. I think that would be our best draw. Black Lotus, okay. That seems good. Preordain. So they are likely desperately digging to find a counterspell. One top, one bottom. Mox. Okay, Oath. Very likely. Yep. And a Key. Okay. They're low on resources. This is likely to get countered, but we have to do it. It just resolves. Oh my. Okay, we're off to a good start here. We definitely have a force up now. So I'll play a cage. I just think I'm going to do a big PO here. I suppose I can just ancestral myself here. If this gets countered, I mean, it sucks, but I can't imagine that they have counter spells left. Okay, so my opponent is not doing anything here. They're just not too worried about what we're doing, maybe. I don't know. Did we find anything else here? We didn't find another PO, ironically. Just tap a bunch of these to build up some mana. And we've got some metamorphs to get going here. I've got a Tinker. What does Tinker do? We don't have the key yet, despite we got double force. And then Vault Key just does it, right? So I guess we'll draw a couple cards here. Do that. And I guess we can do 1, 2. Tap that, and we'll do it again. It's a lot of force and wills, eh? Guess we'll tap that. Do another. Sorry, guys, it does take a bit of focus here to sort out what I'm doing. There is Karn. Yeah, my opponent's scooping up there. I mean, we did have the Vault Key combo here, just building up a lot of mana to be able to search it up and do it, but we were going to be able to back it all up with counter spells there, no problem. All right, my opponent had a decent hand, but they did not have counter magic to be able to deal with what we were doing, so that was pretty lucky for us. I think I like the way we're built here. The only thing I am thinking about is this defense grid, but the problem with the defense grid is I've actually got a fairly counter-heavy deck. I mean, my blue count isn't super high, but there's a reasonable possibility of having a solid counter spell. Yeah, like this example, like this hand in itself is not phenomenal, but it's viable. We're going to keep this one. We've got some interaction here if need be. We got this for, a resolved oath if need be. Okay, an orchard. Yep. Could be a quick game here if they can force it through. Nice. Okay. Top, okay. Don't think there's any reason to play out my mocks here. What's awkward for us here is that there's a low probability that we're going to be able to get the coveted jewel in next turn, which is because my opponent's looking at cards maybe not optimal for me. So I maybe wanted to play the workshop there to ensure my best chance of trying to cast the jewel. That was a little bit, I think, of a mishap. Okay, my opponent's got 3 cards in their hand. PO. That is not what I'm looking for. I don't think I'm in a hurry to burn the Metamorph here to try and put it on a Mox or something like that. Like, it's not worth it. And if the jewel fails, then we have the backup plan of maybe a PO. Like, my opponent is not pressuring me here yet. Three cards in hand. All right, my opponent is deliberating what they want to do here. 1 mana away from a hard cast Force of Will of note. The opponent is tapping their orchard here. Time Walk. Let that go. And hopefully they don't have an oath to follow up here. Like, if they just cycle their Time Walk, like, I think that's pretty good for me. Okay, they're shuffling their deck too, so they're obviously actively looking for an Oath of Druids here, which, was maybe enough, but they are low on resources here. So let's hope, guys. I think if they miss on the oath here and we get another turn, we have a reasonable chance of going off next turn. Or them expending their counterspell and setting us up for a potential decent turn the following turn. Like, I think what we're looking for here is a non-Mox Opal. Like, we want a Mox. Let's see what happened here. Manifold, yep. Okay. They can hard cast Force now. All right. I mean, Force of Will is not terrible. I don't have a play here, but I guess what I can do here, like the Coveted Jewel is going to set me up here. So what I'm going to do, they're probably going to let this resolve. I'm just going to put it on Mana Vault. Then I'm going to cast a Mox Opal. This sets me up to be able to cast a Coveted Jewel, at which point they will likely Force of Will. I guess the problem is that if they have a Flusterstorm in addition to Force. No, they can't do that. Let's see if this resolves. I can only surmise that they have Force of Will here, but yeah, it's a hard cast Force. Okay. So we have to hope they don't have a Force of Will on top. In addition to that with a blue card, that would be unfortunate. Maybe not necessary to go all in on the Jewel, but I don't know. A Jewel's pretty good. It's an Ancestral plus 3 mana. Okay. Next turn we got a pretty good PO. And I have a Force of Will up here. Like, do I need to cast Trinisphere? I don't think so, given that I'm trying to PO here. No, I don't think so. Let's see what happens here. The question is, do I want to fight over an Oath of Druids? Of note, I also have a mini clock here. I'm dealing 3 a turn, 4 with this if they don't untap it, which is significant. This will be an interesting decision point in the game if they go to cast an Oath of Druids. I hope I don't have to make the decision. Maybe I did want to cast a 3-ball. I'm not sure. I mean, my Force of Will doesn't work. Well, certainly the 3-ball would have looked a lot better with that line. But okay, can we just draw a key? I did not know they were PO. Okay, that was a phenomenal draw. They have 1 card in hand. I think we're fairly safe to cast this. Now we bricked. I mean, I could empty my hand here. It's not ideal, but okay, I'm going to play the 3-ball now because I know that they're PO, and so it is less impactful. They're drawing a top. They cannot play top and cast Oath if they were to have that sequence. And tapping their Manifold here. I am at 9 life myself here. feel like they're maybe untapping their mana vault here, but it's possible they're POing. That would be fortuitous for them to have a PO in hand. Okay, yep. Top. What a weird sequence. I guess they did that so they didn't have to pay a life. That's probably smart, I guess. Key, Jewel, Metamorph. Okay. Better lucky than good, I suppose. Okay. Force of Will is going to be strong here. So I don't know if they can afford to untap this turn. This is now close to being shut off because I deal them lethal. Force of Will pitch is not good for them. See if they're just looking here. And they are, yep. Okay, we got there. Let's see what we would have drawn there. That was a really intense match. Just a pearl. Okay. All right, guys. See you next round. That was a really good match. Okay, guys, here we are in round 3 of our Vintage League. We're playing Jewel Shops. My opponent, I know for sure, is playing Combo Shops themselves. What do we want to do? This hand is awkward. I'm going to keep it, though. I've got a counter spell, and I'm on the draw, so I can draw a card here to make this a little bit better. Obviously, I'm hoping I don't have to use my Tinker here, but against these type of decks, you're probably wanting to have some interaction if you can. Okay. Pretty good. Wow, look at that. Okay, well, I can't do anything here. I will pass turn, but the good news is I got my Tinker for next turn, potentially, if I can get to... Well, I can Tinker next turn. There's their top, yep. This is just a Citadel? No, we got to hope our counter works, don't we? Okay. Interesting. I think I'm going to gamble trying to get this out. It's a little bit risky if they have a misstep, but it's unlikely. See if our tinker works, guys. Interesting. I don't think they realize I don't have Citadel on my deck. Maybe want a needle for them. Maybe Hurkyl's Recall might, like, you know, they're a combo deck, right? So Hurkyl's Recall is not likely to be great. Maybe I can just not run the needle, just focus more on my combo side of things. 3-ball is not likely as effectual on the draw. I'm going to get rid of my Kappa here. I'm just going to focus on my combo. Just keep a couple Hurkyls in. Might be just fine to pitch to force one of my forces if need be. You never know. It could be all right. How do I feel about this hand? I got 3 mana. Yeah, I'm close enough to a PO to make this somewhat appetizing. We've got a Metamorph to copy something of my opponent's if need be. Double Force of Will. PO, huh? Forge. How do I feel about that? I don't feel like I should let them have that. Get rid of the Metamorph here. Not happy about it, but I need my land as I currently stand. We have a weak PO next turn if need be. And if we have to force, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but we got some good draws. Okay, they got a PO by the looks of it. Yep, they got the PO here, just doing end of turn, which seems pretty reasonable. So here's the thing. Do we gamble drawing 2 cards? I don't think so. Ooh, they had negation. Okay. Well played. Well played. Let's see what they got. Probably bad news brown for me is my guess. Metamorph, yep. Just another PO. Another Metamorph. Interesting. Yeah, they caught me right to a PO. That's sick. Yep. All right. I think Trinisphere is better on the play. Let's do our business here. Karn would be nice. So we do know my opponent has forces, so that's something. So I can time walk. I mean, this hand is, I guess, somewhat viable. So I don't imagine they would counter that, but you never know. Throw a time walk out here. Yep, trap. Okay, totally fine. Would have liked to got to untap, but that's all right. Go for my soul ring. All right. PO. Well, that's pretty solid. I'm going to attempt a PO here in my main phase. Yeah. I feel like he's F6'd here, or they were F6'd. I mean, this is a jewel, right? Okay. Yeah, we were just stringing along. Oh, yeah, we had that one for sure. We were going to have a vault key here in no time flat. All right, guys, another nice win for Jewel Shops. And if you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to see you next round. Okay, guys, here we are in round 2 of our Vintage League. Or, excuse me, round 4 of our Vintage League. And we're playing Jewel Shops. And we've run into Burr Run. We're on the draw. We have a really nice hand. One of the problems is Burr Run is a bug player typically, and so that may be a good thing or maybe a bad thing game 1, depending on whether they can get out a really quick collect roof. And this could be a turn 1 collector roof. A little bit scary. Okay. I mean, these are all nice looking cards for us. I'm going to play out a Black Lotus first. Mindbreak Trap is a thing, guys. I hate playing around it, to be honest with you. So, that said, I am going to try and jam this and see if we can resolve it. It does resolve. Hopefully they do not have a flash creature. Okay, that is good news for me. Gonna Ancestral here. Might have a misstep, yeah. I mean, that was definitely a risk for sure. We can set up a big PO here. Force of Vigor is a thing. Yep, that does work. Wowzers. Nice work for them. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we're just going to get a Sapphire here. A little disappointing. 2, can't do anything. Yep, we did get burned. I should have gone for the Karn, right? Time lock, yep. Wasteland, yep. We're down to 1 card here. What did they pitch? Charmwife, okay. Yep. What do we got in the sideboard that can matter? Maybe a PO target we could pick up here. Yeah, they've just conceded. Okay, nice win for us there. So maybe Needle. I think we definitely want a Sky Sovereign. See this coming in. Maybe we want a Grid. I don't think force negation is likely what we're looking for in this matchup. Three ball is Dece. Now that's a lot of cards coming in. I think we can probably shave an Opal. We can probably shave a PO. I do like the Metamorph. I like our non-combo pieces as in Kappa Cannoneer, Cyberdrive Awakener, Antiquities War. I'm not crazy about these cards in general, but I do think they're good. But we need to make a cut of some sort here. I think I'm just going to cut down on a couple POs here. I think Trinisphere on the draw is likely not what I'm wanting. These are tough cuts. Maybe I can get rid of the Cyberdrive Awakener. Just cheat a little bit. Maybe we're just going to cut a needle. Let's go. Actually, I probably should have kept Needle, to be honest with you. Maybe I should have cut Karn. Because keeping my lands protected from Wasteland in the presence of Collector Roof is likely a reasonable endeavor. This is a smart opponent. Like, they are not going to keep a hand without some level of interaction, with all likelihood anyways. Like, they got us pretty cold with that. Okay. I like it. Likely Force of Vigor. Oh, Ancestral. Okay. Right on time. Well, let's see. I can actually tinker here. I think I'm going to. I mean, another option is I play the Antiquities War. But I think because I can force Tinker through, like, I think I just do it, right? There's no guarantees they have a Force of Will in hand. I mean, I have Vault Key. I just can't set it up this turn, so we're going to Jewel. Yeah, so they got me with a Vigor pretty good. Okay. Well, I would say that was one of the weaker ones I've ever had. Yeah, certainly not optimal. Hopefully they don't have a Collector Roof to follow this up. It'd be really bad for us if they did, but it's definitely a reasonable play from them. Wasteland, okay. They're going to get my Saga, I guess. No, they've chosen to take my blue source, which is equally good, to be honest. Well, it's not, because the Saga inevitably will turn into something. Let's see what they got. Okay. Could be a Decay. Sagas for days. I mean, this is a pretty good plan against what my opponent's doing. Okay, they're tied up on mana here. Well, let's see if this one works. Oh, that was nice. Unless we get a Soul Ring, right? Do I want a top? Soul Ring is gone. I think I like top. I could do some card draw. See if we can sneak in for some damage here. Do I want to do it again? Probably. Drawing cards is good. Nice. Do I want to play out the Mana Crypt here? No, I don't need to do that. It's just unnecessary. They got a counter for that one. Missed out. Yep. Four cards in hand. Okay, let's see. Big treasure cruise, nice. Okay. All right, guys, there we go. Nice clean win against Bug, which I would imagine would be a reasonably tough matchup. But that said, hit that like and subscribe button, please. And we are going to see you guys for a trophy match. All right, guys. Well, what a fitting way to get our league finished up here by playing the Gemma Vintage and Brian Kelly, friend of mine, and always a fun vintage match. So let us see. We got some good stuff here in this hand. Ryan is cheating by looking at what we're doing. And likely none too pleased by what they're seeing. Now, of course, our hand doesn't do anything as it currently stands, right? I mean, I guess we can... No, we can only produce 5 mana this turn. I could cast a Cannoneer, which is pretty powerful. Okay. Got it. Play this out. I really don't see any reason not to do all of this. I think it's very reasonable Brian is going to have a counter spell for us. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way just in case we hit fold key. It's a little bit of mana inefficient, but I think this is one Brian is very likely to fight over. Okay, we can PO. We don't really want to play this one right now. Misstep. This does keep me off casting my stuff here. But I can PO here. I think I do that. I don't. Brian probably does know I have the Force of Will. Like I believe I had that in my opener. Of course, I think I'll force back on this one. Okay, that's really powerful. Brian should be out of gas here. Is that enough to redo it? Yeah, we can recast the jeweler. I can just PO again. And I think POing is probably right. All right, nice good win there. Probably will bring like a couple of these things in here. I don't think I'm going to need these against Brian that much. I will keep the Cannoneer because I think the Cannoneers are pretty. Actually, maybe I just want the blanket effect more of like the Cyber Drive. It's a little bit of a later game. Maybe you can get rid of 3 ball here in the draw. Maybe cut a Mox, PO, and just bring in a couple dismembers. Like almost assuredly, Brian is going to have some number of creatures in his deck. Okay, I think my hand's a bit clunky, but top really does help shore that up. We don't have any combo set up right now, but I think I'm going to play the Grim Monolith here and pass turn. Ryan got a peek, yeah. Strip Mine. Yep, Strip Mine's actually really good against me right here. Fluster. All right. This gets really complicated for me. I don't really think to be honest, I can let it resolve. It's not good for me. Hmm. Then he strip mines me. Guess I'll pitch the PO. I'm not sure what's correct there, the PO, the Metamorph. The Metamorph allows me to set up the Monolith here. I mean, I had to expend a lot of resources on that. I'm going to need some help. Hmm. All right, I think we wait for one more turn to draw. Ryan does have Mana Crypt here, which is powerful, but could help, I guess, clock him. Lurrus, yeah. They're quite a ways away from Lurrus. Okay, this is going to help me take a look and see what we're dealing with. If I can find a jewel, I can cast it. We did not find a jewel. I mean, none of these are overly helpful, but Saga is very, very good for me. Okay, pass turn. Ryan obviously did not have a play last turn. Okay. It's possible they got counter magic, but this line negates counter magic fairly effectively, I would say. So the PO is definitely not looking overly good. We've got a counter spell if we need it. Metamorph is not looking strong right now. Of note, Brian is not losing any of his flips. I think that's 3 in a row he's won. Wow, they've got one too. Jeez. Brian, come on, man. All right. This is our game plan. It's just playing pass go. I am losing the life race here. We got dress down. Oh, they're making theirs. That makes sense because they're worried about needle. That's not my goal here. I'm gonna get Black Lotus. You know what? I don't think we need to make a move right this second. Brian's going to play a Black Lotus into Lurrus. Cast Lurrus. I can copy Lurrus. But what does Lurrus do for them? Not much. It does get dampings here, but... I could crack my top. Demonic Tutor. Or Croc My Lotus. It still gives me 6 mana. I think it's worth it. I think trying to cast a Cobra Druid is pretty cool. Let's see if Brian has an answer. Sabotage? Yep. All right. Finally, Brian. I wonder if that was an unnecessary risk on my part. It's close. As I say, they cast their Lurrus now. That's not good. Lurrus, yep. Lotus. Think we're losing this one. 5/5s, eh? Yeah, I think we're in trouble. This does not work because of Lavinia. Yeah, I think this one got away from us. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think I didn't need to do that. All right. Okay. Force of Will. All right, so that one did not work out. I don't feel like Dismember is great. I've got the Sky Shift. I'm on the play. Like, I kind of really just want to do my thing. Don't feel like this is very good. Really think my focus is to just do what my deck does. All right, here we go, guys. All the marbles. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, good insofar as I can cast a turn 1 Trinisphere, but I don't have much else going on after that. But turn 1 3 ball will buy me some time. I can cast an Ancestral next turn if need be. And this might just get forced. Mindbreak Trap, Brian. I kind of feel like I need to force this, right? I'll let it go. Not happy about it, but they had the trap. Hopefully I don't need to use my ancestral here, or pitch my ancestral, but yep, spell bomb, okay. Got no play. All right, guys. Well, I mean, this does not bode well. I've got some powerful cards in my hand here, but giving Brian time to set up is not optimal. Got all the restricted cards here. What are we looking for? I mean, Tolarian Academy, I think, would be our best draw. We definitely would be able to glean some value out of this hand for sure. Let's see. Relevant Hermit, yep. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to force this, would be my guess. Misstep. I'm going to have to pick a fight here. I hate to do it. I know they can counter it with the Hermit here. But let's get that off the table here. Maybe I was better to force that. I could see that. Okay, here we go. And this is probably not good for me, but yeah, Brian is making a creature. Basically, we need something that produces non-workshop mana. Like another artifact here is very good for us. We have to also dodge Brian wastelanding us. But we need a cheap artifact to turn on our Mox. Like any other Mox besides a Mox Opal or Black Lotus would be amazing for our hand right here. Brian likely casts Lurrus here, brings it back to his hand and recast it, and then plays Lotus. That's my guess. Oh, Breach. Oh, they just have the kill. A little bit disappointing of an end to our situation here. I feel like we were really in command of this game in game two, and got a little bit overzealous with card drawing with my keys and my Sensei's top, and with a couple constructs in play, and we were in a dominant position, and things just kind of fell apart when I did that. Brian disrupted me, and their constructs got bigger than ours, and all of a sudden we were losing the game that I felt like we were winning. But anyways, we'll see. Okay, so a value play from Brian here. That wasn't the worst. They do have hard cast of Force and Will up. Once again, we have bricked. So we're in pretty bad shape here. And we have to waddle through the Hermit Druid as well. So, a bit tough. We're not dead, though. That's the thing. We're not dead here yet. Brian smartly kept us. I guess they could have just replayed their Lotus anyways off their lures had they played it, but yeah. Crack their Lotus, replay their Lotus. Yep. Okay, so we have another turn here. Tapping my Ancient Tomb does not help my situation here at all. I think Academy is our best draw. Coveted Jewel is not it. 2, 5, 8. This kills me. They can just counter it. Yep, they got us. Good games, Brian. All right, guys. Well, that was an anticlimactic way to finish up our league, but that was a really fun deck to play. As you can see, I made a couple changes to it here in the end. But all of that said, guys, please hit the like, subscribe button. I appreciate you hanging out. We're going to see you.